Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, are you having the real estate blues? We'll tell you how times are taking a different swing. Plus, if you are a stamp collector, you might want to think about taking up a forever collection. Then traffic accidents are on the rise. Today we have a special in-studio guest from the Torrance Police Department. These stories and much more are just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello everyone and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun. Ben McCain has the week off. Here are your top stories. After the onset of AB 109, a law that mandates the early release of low-risk state inmates due to overcrowding, the state of California is seeing an increase in crime. Now Governor Jerry Brown is planning to ramp up spending on private prisons to further deal with overcrowding. Brown plans to set aside nearly $500 million to pay for and administer private prison contracts for 17,000 inmates through 2015. Many of the private prisons used are out of state, but even with additional space, state prisons will still have 3,000 more inmates than federal judges say is safe. This issue is projected to worsen, and by 2019, the state will have 26,000 more inmates than they can house. Out-of-state cost for one inmate is $26,000, whereas the cost in California is as high as $62,000. This is because California requires one worker to every 2 inmates, and while the price is cheaper out of state, contractors only take the healthiest inmates, leaving the state with the more challenging prisoners. Governor Jerry Brown has also decided he will not campaign for president in the 2016 election. Brown has run for president on 3 other occasions. In 1976, he ran against Jimmy Carter at the age of 38. Then again, 4 years later, Brown popped back on the election trail in 1992 against President Clinton. After being asked about the possibility of running for the next presidential election, Brown was quoted as saying, "No, that's not in the cards, unfortunately." Brown served as California governor from 1974 to 1982 and was re-elected from the position again almost 4 years ago. He's up for re-election this coming November, but has not directly said whether he will run again. One of California's lawmakers made the top of the list as the wealthiest congressional millionaire, while another hit the bottom of the list as the least wealthy. According to a new study, the Center of Responsive Politics disclosed data recently showing that more than half of the 534 current members of Congress are worth more than $1 million. Darrell Issa, a Republican who oversees parts of San Diego and Orange counties, has the highest net worth at $464 million. Issa was almost twice as high as the second member on the list. And at the bottom of the list was Republican David Villado, who serves Fresno, Tulare, and Kern counties. Villado's average net worth is negative $12 million because his assets are exceeded by liabilities. California representatives made up 5 of the top 25 in 2012. Currently, the median income for all congressional lawmakers is just over $1 million per year. Well, Honda is on top once again, and they aren't just shining stars because of their cars. This time they've won 3 top honors at the Automobile Advertising of the Year Awards. One for broadcast television, another for online ads, and finally a Public Choice Award. Honda won Best TV Commercial for the one you are watching now. It's the Hands commercial where a unique display of automotive toys unfolds. They received this award at the North American International Auto Show. The second award is for a unique online video ad, a racing theme clip that features the sound of a 1989 Honda Senna that set the record for the world's fastest lap while trying to qualify for the Japanese Grand Prix on the Suzuki circuit. The awards are co-sponsored by the NAIAS and the One Club, and the winners are selected after advertising agencies and car companies submit their campaigns. The panel of judges come from major marketing firms and auto journalists. To win, nominees have to debut their marketing between September 1st and November 30th, 2013. The Torrance City Council gathered this week. Here is an update from Community Matters. Firefighter George Jacks was honored after 30 years of service with the city. Most recently, Jacks served as the operations specialist and staffer. He was a major component of the T-96's effectiveness in training, fire prevention, and public relations, including education. The mayor and council also honored Donald Nash for his 24 years of service in the sanitation division of the Public Works Department. Nash has received many commendations from both city residents and employees regarding his outstanding level of service and professional attitude. You can catch replays of this week's council meeting right here on CitiCABLE 3 on Time Warner Cable or Verizon Fios Channel 31 every Wednesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. You can also watch online at torranceca.gov. After USC picked up Torrance native Steve Sarkisian as head football coach in December, Sarkisian had a new mission: choose a staff to help him take USC back to championship bowls. Now he is wrapping up deals to complete his hard-hitting 2014 staff, including another Torrance native. Sarkisian picked up South High alum Tim Drevno, who is a current San Francisco 49ers assistant coach. Drevno will take on his new role as the Trojan offensive line coach and running game coordinator. Drevno is also the son of former city council member Jin Chun. Still ahead, if you had the real estate blues, times are taking a new swing. Plus, your postage stamp just got another boost. We'll tell you how you can get around the new sticker price.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Hi, I'm Chris Burke, an actor who happens to have Down syndrome. Join me in watching some great stories about inspiring people with Down syndrome.
If somebody asks me what Down syndrome is, I tell them it's just an extra chromosome in your body and it just makes learning a little more difficult.
I just hope many people with Down syndrome can follow their dreams and the passion of what they love to do.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I think she has more abilities than I do. Just to emit this incredible love that everybody was drawn to.
I thought his story was amazing. I thought he needed to get out there to inspire other people.
My name is Annie.
I'm a Salem Bardo.
I'm Megan.
Serena.
And this is my
Great story.
My great story.
This is my great story. You can watch at ndss.org/stories.
Potential home buyers feel 2014 might be the year to capture their dream. One Torrance local shares with reporter Julie Chan.
It kills my husband that we pay someone else's mortgage right now. Every single month when we write that check, it kills him. It kills me too.
Samantha Coombs remembers what paying her own mortgage was like before the housing market took a downturn in 2006.
They decided to make the best decision for their family, and even though they loved owning, they knew at the time it became unreasonable for them. So they decided to sell and rent until they could move to an even better, bigger area in Torrance.
After watching the real estate market fluctuate over the past few years and going through her own financial ups and downs, Coombs is ready to own again, and this time reading all the fine print.
We would never get into an adjustable rate mortgage again.
After signing loan documents without knowing the full extent of the contract, Coombs, like thousands of others, realized that they could not afford their home anymore when their loan rates changed overnight and the once low payment doubled in many cases.
Right before the year ended, she got back in touch with me and reached out to a lender and was able to run some numbers and see that this is definitely the time she wants to make the move.
With 150 properties on the market in Torrance and a stabilizing economy, Samantha and her family are hoping to be homeowners once again. With 2 kids, ages 10 and 7, Coombs hopes to buy in Torrance where she knows her kids can play in a safe community.
And I want it to be the home they come to when they come home from college.
Coombs is optimistic about finding a home that her family can settle in for years to come. Reporting for Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Julie Chan.
Thanks, Julie. If you have questions about the real estate market, contact your local agent or call the South Bay Association of Realtors at 310-326-3010. The United States Postal Service is making some changes in 2014. Our reporter Anne-Marie Williams has the latest update.
Torrance resident Stan Chernoff visits the Monterey Street Post Office every week. And although snail mail is becoming less popular, residents like Chernoff see the value in sending mail the old-fashioned way.
My wife should own stock in Hallmark. She sends cards to everyone.
According to Richard Marr, who has been with the United States Postal Service for 30 years, many are now using the internet to communicate, which is causing a loss of revenue.
Over the past 6 years, we've lost over $45 billion. So we are not tax dollar supported. We're funded by the revenue we receive from the sale of postage stamps and postage.
So in order to increase revenue, stamp prices will be going up from 46 cents to 49 cents. The 3-cent increase seems like a bargain considering what it takes to get your mail across the country in 3 days. There are 5 post offices in Torrance and 157 delivery routes that provide service to more than 73,000 street addresses.
All mail is shipped to Los Angeles, where it's sorted and then trucked to the airport or to another postal facility, depending on its destination.
If you aren't ready to pay 49 cents for a stamp just yet, Forever Stamps may be a good option for you.
Forever Stamp is just sort of like what it says, it's good forever. So if you buy stamps today at 46 cents, they'll be good to mail a letter whenever you decide to mail it, even after next week.
Chernoff isn't looking forward to the change. He says he'll be back next week as usual to mail off his packages. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Anne-Marie Williams.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. You can buy Forever Stamps at the current rate of 46 cents until the postage rate increases on January 26th. Visit your local post office here in Torrance or USPS.com for more information. Coming up after the break, traffic collisions have increased in recent months, and Torrance Police Sergeant Robert Watt is in studio to talk about safety concerns. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Here we are, 2013. We all depend on technology to communicate, to bank, and none of us know how to read and write code.
The first program I wrote asked things like, what's your favorite color? Or how old are you?
I wrote a program to play tic-tac-toe.
I first learned how to make a green circle and a red square appear on the screen.
You're just trying to make something, trying to transfer something from your mind to the computer or to a tablet. It's an experience.
The whole limit in the system is just that there just aren't enough people who are trained and have these skills today.
The programmers of tomorrow are the wizards of the future. You know, you're going to look like you have magic powers compared to everybody else.
Great coders are today's rock stars. That's it.
They are words no woman ever wants to hear.
He said, "I'm sorry to tell you, but you have breast cancer."
I was speechless. A diagnosis of breast cancer changes your life forever.
She told me I needed a mastectomy. I was going to lose my breast.
I was scared.
Absolutely in shock.
But you need to know that you're not alone. There are teams of medical professionals, support groups, and therapists who are all there to help you get through your treatment, and those who can help you plan for life after cancer.
Consult with a plastic surgeon to learn more about your breast reconstruction options.
Breast reconstruction made me feel like me again.
Cancer took my breasts, but my plastic surgeon gave them back.
Before you undergo surgery for breast cancer, get the facts. Make sure you know your breast reconstruction options. For more information, visit broaddayusa.org. The number of traffic accidents injuring or killing people in Torrance has increased in recent months, most recently involving people walking outside designated crosswalks as well as motorcyclists. Today, Sergeant Robert Watt joins us in studio to talk about traffic accidents and how to avoid them altogether. Sergeant Watt, thanks for joining us. Now, today you're going to be sharing with us some really powerful video that we're going to share with our viewers. Tell us about it.
Yeah, to say it's powerful would be a complete understatement. It's a public service announcement. And it shows you how somebody's lives or multiple persons, their lives can be changed completely in a matter of seconds. It depicts a severe traffic collision, kind of breaks it down throughout the video. It has some interaction between the two motorists and then ultimately ends in a severe and fatal traffic collision.
And we're watching the video right now. And I believe we're going to get some audio on the video right now, too.
Thought there was time. He just pulled out.
Yes. It stops frames, and you have the two motorists that exit the vehicle. And
I don't know if I was going a bit slower.
one of the drivers is pleading for his and his son's safety.
I've got my boy in the back.
The other motorist has apologized for speeding.
I'm going too fast. I'm sorry.
And then I'm sorry.
It really is just a moment where life can change for somebody just because of speeding. And I think this very powerful video. And I think, you know, this was not made in Torrance, clearly. It was a very viral YouTube video, actually. But it does apply to us here in Torrance. And tell us how. It does apply to the city of Torrance. We have seen a very large spike in fatal traffic collisions. The 10-year average in our city is 8. We average 8 traffic collisions that end up in a fatality a year. Last year we had 9. The year before we had 12. And then this year we've already had 2. And here we are third week in January. So what is the bottom line to really avoid, you know, accidents in general? You know, these crashes are involving motorists. Obviously, they're involving motorcyclists. They're involving pedestrians. All sorts of factors. But bottom line, and we urge you to slow your vehicle down. Slow down. Be aware and observant of your surroundings. Pedestrians, motorcyclists that are out and about, as well as the vehicles. But slow down. And while I have you here, I did want to talk about a few other things. There is that AB 109, which we talked about earlier in the show, and the Torrance Police Department is really trying to combat that. And tell us how. Yeah, AB 109 we're still feeling the effects of early release. Our residential burglaries continue to spike forward or spike higher than ever. Since December 1st, we've had 40 residential burglaries. Wow. Our suspects are concentrating in the southeast or north area of our city, but really they're happening all over the place. And we urge the community to report suspicious activity to the police department. And you guys also have a project called Operation Lookout, and that's happening January 25th. Tell our viewers, you know, what's going on that day. Yeah, January 25th is a big day for us. And one of the advantages of working in this city is you have an engaged community. You have a community that will do whatever it takes to make their city safe. We have some volunteers that will be out and about with flyers just reminding the public to report suspicious activity again to the police department. And this is following up from our See Something, Say Something campaign that started in August. And that follows up from our Neighborhood Watch program. So again, report suspicious activity. A lot of these crimes are being committed by people and they're being seen by neighbors, and the neighbors kind of rationalize themselves out of calling the police. And we urge you, if it's suspicious and you think it's suspicious, definitely call the Torrance Police Department and let us get out there and figure it out. Lots of great information. Thank you, Sergeant Watt, for joining us. For more information, you can go on the Torrance Police Department's website, and be sure to like their Facebook page. It's facebook.com/TorrancePD. And still ahead, we have your calendar events coming up. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Where do you think you're going?
Is your body holding you back?
I want to go running. Not with that knee, you're not. I'm fine. Negative.
Your bones and joints can say no at any age.
With that shoulder, you're going to pick up that track. Really?
Keeping you from working, playing, or just plain moving.
Let's not pick her up. What do you say?
Yet a lot of people who live with pain fight back.
Use your head. Save your back. My bride, my rules.
And regain their lives.
You gotta be kidding me.
Whoa. I'm going running. I'm going running.
Got to see this. Come on, pick it up.
Fight for your mobility. Find your own inspiration at anationinmotion.org. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Come on. I'll take it from here.
Welcome back. We've got a lot of great events coming up. Here's a look at what's on the calendar. Children ages 5 to 14 from throughout the South Bay will perform classics and Disney songs on January 23rd at First Lutheran Church in Torrance. The event is sponsored by the nonprofit group Kings and Clowns, Inc. The concert will include 2 Torrance local scholarship recipients who will perform a duet. The concert begins at 7 p.m. and it is free. For more information or to make a donation, call 310-347-1075 or email kingsandclowns@gmail.com. Dancing with the South Bay Stars is back at the James Armstrong Theater on Saturday, February 15th at 8 p.m. For ticket information, go to the box office or call 310-781-7171. You will also have the opportunity to cast votes at the Torrance Arts at this website, torrancearts.org, and click on Dancing with the Stars to vote. Votes are $5 for 5 votes, and you can vote multiple times until the end of intermission on Saturday, February 15th. Now let's go out to the sports desk with Juan Hernandez for a sneak preview of what's to come. Juan, what do you have for us?
Hi there, welcome to the Sports Desk studio and welcome to another week in Torrance's local prep sports scene. We're going to catch you up all on the South Bay hoops this week, including a meeting with a young phenom, is probably an appropriate word, a high school freshman with so much potential. You'll be surprised to hear how many college basketball programs are already knocking on her door. That story this week on the Sports Desk, airing every day at 4 and 9:30 p.m. here on CitiCABLE 3.
Thanks, Juan, and don't forget to check us out on our Facebook page and be sure to like our page to get the latest updates on what's going on in Torrance. That's facebook.com/thisweekinttorrancetv. Well, that's it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.